Hey guys, Thunderhound369 here, back with a little review this time. And today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime RID Arcee Deluxe Class. Or, spoiler alert, revealer, which is nowhere on the package, and I don't have her card somewhere. I think I may have thrown it away by now already. I don't know. But anyway, hovering around in the background today, we've got from Free Comic Book Day, we've got issue Regeneration 1 of Transformers. You've got 80.5. Yeah, I picked it up during Free Comic Book Day. I mean, come on. You think I was going to let this get away? Written by Simon Furman, drawn by Andrew Wildman. Great little read. Basically, it's just a recap. Some flashbacks of everything that happened from issue 1 up to issue 80. There's also a little side story in here involving the Decepticons. The Decepticons have been, the Autobots finally drove the Decepticons underground. So it's basically the Autobots have control over Cybertron. I would say, but I'm not. I would say. All I can say is, if you can get a hold of this, please pick it up. You'll be surprised as to what happens on the very last page, because it caught me off guard. I was not expecting the little side story they've got going on in here as well. In amongst the flashbacks. Nice little side story involving, I will say, Soundwave leading the Decepticons, because Megatron is nowhere to be found now. So that's nice. So if you can get a hold of a copy of this, guys, I do recommend getting it before the Regeneration issue 81 comes out. If not, I'm not going to guarantee you anything, guys, but I've got a comic book shop that usually has these things hanging around. The guy can't really get rid of all of them. I can't promise you anything, but if I go back to the shop and he's got any extras, I'll grab as many as I possibly can and send them out. But I can't guarantee, but he may have them, so just be patient. So anyway, like I said, I don't have Arcee's card, so we'll just jump right in here. Take a look at her accessories. We got a nice little blade weapon. You can see, got some pretty good detail to it. Nice little silver with some little black nub there. It just mounts right to the side of her bike. I would try to do some comparisons with the first edition one, but I don't have the first edition, so I'm not going to complain about not having it. Nice little blaster she's got going on here. Now, the one thing about this blaster, I wish it was like 25% smaller. 25% smaller in size. Because this thing, in my opinion, is just way too big for her. Just way too damn big. So if it was just 25% overall smaller, it would fit a little bit better. The weapons do mount fairly good on the bike mode, they fit just here on the front of the wheel. Both weapons can fit there. You can also get the blade to hang on. Now, I've noticed in some videos of this lady, the first edition blades do fit, but I don't know. So anyway, we got a nice little bike going on here, nice little crotch rocket. Nice blue paint with some silver highlights going on. Got a nice little molded detail right through here. It looks just like a little flame detail going on right here on the tailpipe. I might pull out some silver paint and paint that up. Bring that out just a little bit, and this little detail right here just on the front fender, I'd like to bring that out with just a little bit more paint as well. It would look a lot better. Nice little translucent clear blue windshield with that's got mirrors molded onto it, but the funny part about it is the mirrors are translucent as well. It had like a nice little silver decal stick on there. It'd bring that out a lot more. Got the cluster of gauges in here. Fuel cap. Nice little kickstand. So there you go. I mean, she stands quite well on the kickstand. So there she is in her bike mode. I mean, it's a nice looking bike mode. It's a nice representation of a crotch rocket, you know, of some type, you know, Suzuki, you know, a Katana or whatever you want to call it. Ninja. Nice little representation. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes to transform RC, and we'll be right back. So hang on. Okay guys, we're back. We've got RC all transformed up here so we can take a look at her in her lovely little robot mode. And I gotta say, you know, for what she is, she doesn't look bad. I mean, she's not as good looking as the FE RC. I mean, I'm not complaining. I think she looks good. You know, the only thing are the wings. You know, these, she doesn't have these in the show, but you can get them positioned just right, you know. Does take away, but you know, it's going to take up some shelf space. You know, either way you do it, you know, if you put them to the side or if you put them all the way to the back, she's going to take up some shelf space with those wings. But it's up to you on how you want to put those. But anyway, as you can see, here she is. Got a nice little lovely head sculpt. Does look kind of show accurate in my opinion. Got a nice little red dot right there. Got nice light piping. I don't know how well that's coming across, but she does have some decent light piping. Got a nice little overall blue molded plastic. Now the plastic on RC here doesn't feel quite as sporky, I guess. Well, I did that comparison with Soundwave to a plastic spoon, spork, knife, whatever. It doesn't feel quite as sporky. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels a little bit better quality plastic. It doesn't feel as cheap. But the black plastic, however, has got that plastic spoon feel to it. You know, the blue's not as noticeable, but the black is really noticeable. But doesn't bother me as bad. Got a nice little silver detail above the knee guards. But overall, you know, then you get back here, you know, she does have quite a bit of kibble going on. But, you know, there's not really a whole lot of ways to get too much kibble out from a motorcycle former to get rid of, to eliminate it. Not very many can pull it off, but she does look good anyway, from a side profile, I think. Got the nice little high heel stiletto heel thing going on, you could say. Now, also, she got really thin arms. I don't know how well they're going to do over time, but you know, I've had this one for a couple weeks now. Picked her up at Walmart. I can't remember how much, but I've had her for a couple weeks now, so I've had time to get used to her. I'm not against picking her up. So we get into her articulation. Her head, we'll go full 360. shoulders you can play around with the shoulder joint and get it to go full 360, but you got all this back here that just kind of gets in your way. But you can get them to go full 360 in and out. Elbows on ball joints will bend, will rotate full 360, as well as wrist. Hands will go in and out, rotate full 360. This nice little silver wrist guard, or whatever you want to call that. She's got no waist joint at all. So the legs are on ball joints at the hips. Will go backwards, forwards, out to the sides, as well as swivel just below there. Bends at the knee to here till she hits the wheel. I think it would go a little bit farther if the wheel wasn't in the way, but the wheel's in the way, so it won't go any farther. Not much in the way of ankle articulation. I mean, they do move just a little bit, but not a whole lot. As far as her weaponry, got plugs here on the side. You can take the weapons, just plug those right now. On mine, it's a little bit tight to get it in. That's what she said. But it will go, but it's just a little bit tight to get in there. And then of course, you know, the blaster, you know, can fit in her hand. You know, she can hold it quite well, but like I said again, on mine, the weapons just for some odd reason like to give me a fit. But there you have her, all weaponed up, ready to go out and kick some ass. So anyway, there she is. That's Arcee Prime RID Edition. Oh, and something I don't normally do, I'm going to do a little size comparison here so you can get an idea of just how big she is. I got my little advanced grade G-Exes Gundam suit going on. As you can see, I haven't started painting him yet. Right now I've got my Astray in the paint, in the works for paint. This here I just kind of like took to work one day and just slapped him together. But anyway, there he is, our size comparison to Arcee. You can see just how big Arcee is now. So anyway guys, do I recommend picking Arcee up? The Prime Edition, the Robots in Disguise Edition? Yeah, I recommend picking her up. She's not a bad little bot, you know. I mean, if you can't, if you don't have any means of picking up the first edition Arcee, you're kind of like me, you just don't want to pay the price for it. You know, I know it's not making sense that I won't pay the price for these, but yet I'll pay the price for everything else. But hey, I have my reasons. But anyway, if you're like me and you're not willing to pay the secondary market prices for the first editions, you're just not willing to jump through those kind of hoops to get those, and I do recommend getting the Robots in Disguise version of Arcee. You know, at least it'll fill the hole, it'll fill the gap in your collection. You know, pretty much like when the Powerizer version of Bulkhead comes out. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to settle for that version instead of the first edition one, so at least I'll have a bulkhead, a Prime Bulkhead in my collection. I won't have a gap there, a big hole, empty hole. So anyway, guys, I do recommend picking her up. Until next time, this has been my look at Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Deluxe Class Arcee. I'm Thunderhound369. I thank everybody for watching. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here. See y'all.